Hey guys, welcome to Bharti Yoga. I'm Bharti. Today we'll be doing a quick 10 minutes morning yoga stretch routine that will help you to open up your entire body, get rid of any aches, and set you up for the day. So once you're ready, let's hop onto the mat and get going.
Come to a standing position with your feet hip distance apart. Extend both your arms up and hold the opposite elbows. As you inhale, extend your spine up, and as you exhale, stretch sideways to the left as you look up. Come back. Again, inhale up, exhale, stretch to the right side. Come back. Let's do this once more. This time you can extend the right hand and hold the right wrist with the left hand. And as you exhale, stretch to the left, gently pulling the right hand up and out. Come back, switch hands, inhale up and exhale to the right. Come back and bring the hands down. Take the right hand up and bring it on the left side of the head. Gently pull the head sideways to the right. Keep the left shoulder down by extending the left arm towards the ground. Slowly release. Let's do it for the other side. Gently pull the head towards the left side. Bring the left arm down. Slowly roll the neck back and let's do 5 neck rolls in clockwise direction. Inhale as you roll your head to the back. Exhale as you roll it forward. Last one. And then switch and roll 5 times in counterclockwise direction. Slow, gentle movements. Keep your shoulders relaxed. You can keep your eyes open if you feel dizzy. Last one. Very good. Let's do some shoulder rotations now. As you inhale, push the shoulders up and back, and as you exhale, come forward. Let's reverse and do 5 in the forward direction. Keep breathing and come back once done. Now start rolling your body down to come into an easy forward bend. You can have a slight bend in your knees. Bring the hands to opposite elbows and let's just hang here for a couple of breaths. Rocking side to side, feeling a nice stretch in the lower back and the back of the legs. Then bring the hands to the ground, bend your knees and come down to the mat. Push your hips back and sit on your heels to come into child's pose. Take a breath here. Then start walking your fingers forward to lift your elbows from the mat. As you inhale, start rolling forward, lifting your hips, rounding your back, pulling the navel in and tucking the chin to the chest to come into cat pose. Tuck all the 10 toes underneath at the top of the breath. Exhale, come to cow. As you extend your tailbone up, drop your belly and look up. Simultaneously start pushing your hips back towards the heels so that the weight of the hips stretch the ankles and the inner arches of the feet. Let's move with our breath. Inhale, roll forward to cat, rounding the back and widening the shoulder blades, looking towards the navel. Exhale, open up to cow, looking up and pushing the hips back to the heels. Let's do a few of these cat-cow rolls at our own pace. Moving with the breath, you can keep your eyes closed, feeling the spine opening up and not worrying too much about how you look. Notice how the tucking and tilting of the hips is driving this fluid movement. Let's do one more. And then come to tabletop position with your spine neutral. As you inhale, extend your left arm up towards the sky. And as you exhale, needle it under the right arm and bring the left shoulder on the ground to come into a twist. Stay here for a breath, feeling the stretch in your left shoulder and upper back. Then bring the left arm back. Now extend the right arm up. And as you exhale, twist it under the left arm to bring the right shoulder to the ground. Stay in the pose, breathing into the stretch and opening the shoulder blades. Come back to tabletop. Staying in this position, start walking your hands forward and lower your chest and forehead to the ground. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Try to bring your forehead all the way down to the mat while keeping your arms straight, reaching forward. If you want to intensify the stretch in the shoulders, try to touch your chin to the ground as you look forward. Stay here for a breath as you feel your heart and chest opening. Slowly walk your hands back in and come back to tabletop. Now curl your toes in, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, push your hands and feet into the ground and lift your hips up to come into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk your dog a few times by straightening one leg at a time to open up the hamstrings. Keep the back long, extending the tailbone up towards the sky. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. You can do tiny pulses with your chest as you breathe into the stretch in the upper back and the back of the legs. Slowly bring the knees down. Now bring the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Press your hips down to come into lizard pose. Your right knee should be stacked over the right ankle. Keep your chest open. If you're comfortable here, you can raise the left knee up. Stay here in lizard pose for a few breaths as you feel a nice stretch in front of the left thigh and on the inside of the right thigh. Bring the left knee down, then start pushing your hips back till your right leg becomes straight. Keep your right foot flexed such that the toes are pointing up. As you inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, bring your torso forward and breathe into the stretch you feel in the right hamstring. Stay here for a breath. And then again push your hips forward to come into low lunge. Then bring your right knee down to the mat and the right ankle close to the left hand. Keep the left leg straight and pointing back. Try not to drop onto the right hip by squaring your hips so that they are level and pointing forward. You can stay here if the stretch in the right outer hips is already nice, or you can also fold forward to come either on your elbows or go all the way down to come into pigeon pose for a greater stretch in your hip flexors. Stay here in pigeon for a few breaths. Slowly come back up. Now bring the right knee up and take it back. And let's switch legs to come into lizard pose on the left side. Bring the left foot on the outside of both the hands. Looking forward, press the hips down. You can stay here or lift the right knee above the ground. Breathe into the stretch in your hips here. Bring the right knee down and push the hips back to come into half split. Keeping the left foot flexed, inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe into the stretch in your left hamstring. Come back forward. And then bring the left knee down to come into pigeon pose. Keeping the hips squared, find your variation of the pigeon and stay here for a few breaths. Come up and take the left leg back. Then lie down on your tummy with your legs straight and feet together. Bring your hands next to your shoulders. As you inhale, lift your chest up while keeping your navel, hips and legs firmly rooted onto the ground to come into cobra pose. Keep the shoulders relaxed and rolled back and down. Slowly come back. Let's do this once more. Inhale, come up. Lift your heart up, opening up the chest. Keep the legs engaged and lengthening back. Slowly come back and relax. Let's turn over and lie down on our back. Bring the right knee to the chest and grab the right foot from the outside, pulling the knee down to come into half happy baby. Then bring the left knee in and grab the left foot with the left hand. Try to keep the tailbone on the ground and the calves perpendicular to the floor. Stay here in happy baby for a few breaths. You can roll side to side to massage the spine. Then slowly release and straighten the legs. Bring the right knee in and hug it to the chest. As you exhale, take it to the left side to come into a twist. Try to keep the right shoulder on the ground and look towards the right side. Stay in the twist for a few breaths. Slowly release and repeat for the other side. Bring the left knee over the right knee. Look towards the left side. Stay for a few breaths. And then release. Finally, bring both the knees in towards the chest and hug them tight with your hands. Cross one ankle over the other. Then start rolling gently forward and back. Keep rolling, building momentum with each roll. Try to sit up with each roll. Finally, take one large roll so that your feet touch the ground and you are sitting on your hips. Come into an easy cross-legged sitting position. We are done with our practice and you're all set for the day. Hope you enjoyed it and will try to incorporate it in your daily morning routine. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.